Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, June 11th of 2023. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet while making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment in a peaceful world. Today's topic is about developing a healthy relationship with our emotions. We have been conditioned to control our emotions out of fear, out of judgment, as if showing emotions makes us out of control or makes us appear weak or somehow bad. We shame ourselves when we feel. Right? When we feel that fluster of emotions, we instantly shame ourselves and contract ourselves, constrict ourselves before we have a chance to even check in and feel what is true for us. We end up apologizing and rationalizing instead of simply expressing our authentic truths, our authentic selves. But emotions are not bad. And in fact, emotions are vital to understanding our core truths and knowing our connection to our highest selves. So that is what we are going to do today. We are going to work on developing a healthy relationship with our emotions so that we can glean the information that they're here to give us, because this is key to living more authentically and sincerely expressing ourselves from our core truth, which is necessary if we want to develop healthy relationships with each other and with ourselves. So let's go ahead and come into our meditation and healing circle. Let's come into our circle now, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. Let's all just come together, facing the center of the circle. Bring everything, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, to face the center of the circle. Take a full and gentle breath and bring your heart center to face into the center of the circle, the eye of your heart. Then take a full and gentle breath and bring your belly space, this hara, this ball of energy at the front of your belly, bring that to face into the center of our circle as well. And to come to rest here, breathe all of your energy into the core of your body. And as you exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl and just be here, be present. And again, as our hearts meet at the hub of the wheel, the center of our circle, together, let's call on our source. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. Let's just imagine, perceive this pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle, filling our circle with this light. The light is purifying. The light is illuminating, awakening, it's cleansing. Just let this entire space be filled with light. And let this light just come to reach your skin, to penetrate through your pores of your skin and into your tissues. Let it travel through your nervous system, through the electrical system of your body. And as it travels through your neurological pathways, your electrical system, just let it cleanse and purify anything from that system that is obstructing the natural flow, the natural rhythm of your own energy body, your own electrical system. And anything, there are so many memories and sensations and things that hang out in our energy body that can keep us on alert, expecting like some drama or a trauma to appear, and we're on alert waiting for it to happen. And it really affects, it impacts the way that we perceive what we see, the way that we perceive what we hear, the way that we're prepared to react to whatever might come, right? Based on what we're expecting from the future, which is based on what we've experienced in the past. And it's not to say that those experiences and the memories of them are not valuable, but they're not true to the present moment. They're not true to the present moment. And they're not honoring of the wisdom in your heart, not always honoring of the wisdom in your heart. So just let this light, again, let it just come in, penetrate your pores, move into your tissues. And as you inhale, breathe that light through your tissues and all the way into the core of your body. That core is that vertical core that runs through the top of your head, and it runs straight along through your body, the very center core of your body, along the front of your spine, moving through all of your energy centers and through your base. And while we're here, let's just tap into that light that comes through the top of your head and feel that light as it moves through the top of your head, all the way along your vertical core, along the front of your spine, all the way down and through your base. And again, as you inhale, just draw all the parts of yourself, your energy body, no matter how far it may be, wandering out and about, or extended, or in front of you, or behind you, wherever it may be. Just inhale and draw it into this vertical core, into this column of light. Let it join you at your core. And again, come to rest and land into your pelvic bowl. Elongate your spine. Anchor into your pelvic bowl and lean back into your vertical core and breathe into your heart. Right? That might sound like a lot. So take a breath and breathe your energy into your vertical core. As you exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, land into your hips. Center in that center of your pelvic bowl as you sit into your hips and anchor into your pelvic bowl. And then lean into your spine and into this vertical core that runs along the front of your spine. And breathe into your heart. Let your heart be like a breathing portal, this funnel of energy that extends from the front of your heart space, from the front of your chest. Just breathe in through that. And let your breath move all the way through your heart center and into that very center, that vertical core. Let that vertical core be the place that you sit and the place that you perceive from. Right? Let that be your core, you're centered, you're grounded, you're anchored. That space. And your heart center, that funnel, turn that to face directly into the center of our circle. Like tune in with that hub at the center of the wheel. And as our hearts come together there, let's call on our source again, the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you, we ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love. Just imagine, perceive this unconditional love streaming into the center of our circle. Streaming and filling this whole space with pure unconditional love. And let yourself stay along that vertical core in your body. And let your heart center, that funnel, let it tip up and receive this waterfall of unconditional love. And let it flow through that funnel, through your heart. Let it pour into your vertical core. And just let yourself breathe it in. If your heart feels congested or cluttered, Just use your fingers to tap around the front of your chest, around your heart center, even under your collarbones and up the sides of your neck. All of this where your lymphatic drainage, your lymph nodes are present there and drain that congestion out of your body. Just let all of that tap, and you can give a thump right in the center of your chest, right at your heart center. And as you inhale, just inhale in that unconditional love. And as you exhale, just let yourself blow out any of that tension, the constriction, the clutter from your heart center. Just let that blow out, releasing the clutter, releasing the tension. And just let that unconditional love stream in through your heart center, pouring all the way through your heart. Use your breath to draw it in and drink it in through the center of your heart. And as you exhale again, just release any of the tension and the clutter. And with each inhale, just let it come in deeper, deeper in through your heart center. The poet Rumi says, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Because love is unconditional. Love does not know what conditions are." Love is love is love, right? I'm sure in its wisdom it does. But love does not put conditions. We put conditions on whether or not we allow the love to flow, whether we receive, whether we give, how we feel, whether we feel it's safe. The protective barriers are what we put up to protect ourselves from, not from love itself, but from the pain we may have experienced from the perceived withdrawal of love. The withdrawal of love from the human ego, right? From ego to ego, from human to human, right? Love is love is love is love, and love only loves. So let the vibration of love, the energy of love, the divine power of love, let this flow through your heart center and let it love. Just allow it to love you. Breathe it in and allow your heart center to be loved. Just let it be surrounded and held by this vibration, this energy of unconditional love. Let it hold your heart. And just invite your heart to rest into this nurturing, holding presence of love. And again, together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. And this is the compassion that is the cosmic womb that contains our entire existence of this material realm. It is the cosmic womb that holds, that contains, that's completely loving, accepting, nurturing, provides that container of safety. And breathe in that pure divine light, unconditional love and compassion in through your heart center. Let it fill your vertical core. Right? And lean back into it. And as you exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl, and let your entire being relax into this womb, this cosmic womb of eternal compassion. Let your whole being rest into this cosmic womb of eternal compassion. And be held, be loved, know that you are belong, you are connected, you are fully accepted exactly as you are. You are loved unconditionally. You are held. You are a being of light that's been breathed into this physical body, and you can't be anything other than that, other than what you are. So let yourself just rest into what you are, who you are, to be loved, to be held, to be nurtured, contained in the cosmic womb of compassion. And let yourself be held in this space and breathe in that light, that love, that compassion. We're going to talk about emotions and having a healthy relationship with your emotions. How many times do you feel yourself, like you feel an emotion come up? And it's like, it can kind of fall into two camps. Sometimes you express your emotions without thinking, right? Without thinking them through, and they just overtake you, and they just come out and they end up kind of pummeling someone, or come out like, I'm air quoting, wrong, right? And then you feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or maybe I hurt someone by saying that, or maybe I should have been more careful with my words. You know that you're coming from a place of pain rather than a place of just authentic truth. Or maybe the emotions come up and you get so like jumbled up and overwhelmed by them that no words will come out. So you suck it back in and you stifle it. Put them into this center of your heart or into your belly, into your gut, and just shut it down because it's too overwhelming to even know how to express yourself. If you try, it won't even come out right. I know I tend toward that one. I tend to, if I get overwhelmed by emotions, like I don't know how to express and it's too overwhelming to figure out in the moment. So I just need to be with it and let it speak and listen to what's really going on so I can then go back. I need to withdraw from the situation and then go back and I can speak clearly about what I really want to say and need to say. Otherwise, it just gets too jumbled and I don't know. And I've certainly been called out on that one as if that's a wrong and a bad way to be as well. And sometimes, we're not really even aware of what's going on emotionally. We just go with the flow, trying to keep the peace and maintain the status quo, the equilibrium. And so we just just hold the breath, close it down, and move along in step without even realizing in the moment that, hey, maybe I just went along with something that wasn't really what I wanted because I didn't know what else to say or what else to do. So, what happens to you when you feel emotions that are either unclear to you or overwhelming? What's your response? What's your typical response? And let's take a moment and just like whatever that is your typical response, just let yourself kind of feel that brink of it when it comes up. If that feels okay for you, if it feels safe for you, just let yourself feel, how does that feel in your chest? How does it feel in your body? And notice, just tune in and notice what happens to your breath when you feel that. What happens to your breath? And just take a little baseline here. What happens in your body? Do you feel any places of constriction in your body? Does your posture change? Do you feel places that tense up, places that collapse? Like what do you feel? Like a tightening in your throat, closing of the heart, a tightening in your belly, or a twisting? Just notice, or a rage in your solar plexus, just what is it that you feel? A tightening in your jaw. Just notice. What is it that you experience in your body and with your breath when you feel that sense of emotion coming up before you express or respond in any way? Just what do you notice? You know that you're held in light and love and compassion. is you just take this moment to inquire into yourself and explore. I know for some of us, we've never even thought of, well, maybe I could do things differently. We just feel like we're I'm going to use the word victim here, even though I don't know that we call it victim, but it's just like we're a product of the environment that we're in, and this is our role that we assume, our position that we assume whenever these dynamics happen as they happen, right? This is a lot of times happens in families, and it's like, well, gee, so and so always says these things to me, and I don't like it, but I just suck it up and keep going because it's never even occurred to me that maybe I could ask for this to happen differently, or that I could even express that, you know what, this just really, I know this has been happening forever, but honestly, if I'm honest, it's just really not comfortable with me. And I'm wondering if maybe we can do this differently, right? It doesn't even occur to us that that's an option. It may or may not be how you say it, but, you know, just feel it. Just feel it. Bismillah. And what happens? What happens in your body? What happens in your heart? What happens with your breath? And feel your heart now. Feel the emotional heart. And be present. Be present with it. And let yourself, if you can, especially if there is a particular situation, a common situation that comes up for you, it's okay to like replay something, role play something from your past or a common occurrence in your relationship dynamics. It's okay to kind of role play it as to really explore, what are you feeling? What are you feeling in this moment? What is your truth around this? And give yourself permission in this moment to be present with it, again, from a state of witnessing, from a state of inquiry, and from a place of really wanting to learn, wanting to explore and to learn. So breathe in that light, that love, that compassion, and just notice what you notice, feel what you feel. And let yourself feel your emotions. Total permission to feel right here and right now. Your feelings do not make you bad or wrong or weak or inadequate in any way. Your feelings are what's true to you in this moment, and it is okay. So allow yourself permission to feel and observe, witness your feelings. And breathe into them. Emotions, right? Emotions become uncomfortable when we stifle them, when we try to keep them from moving, right? It's like standing on the shore of the beach and trying to hold the waves and keep them from flowing onto the shore, right? That's what it's like when we feel our emotions and we don't want to let them flow. So we hold them and we hold them until we can't hold them anymore, and then they just topple us over, right? What emotions, energy and motion, they're meant to be in motion. They're meant to move in waves. So if we use the breath to breathe through the emotions and allow them to flow, right, we can let the feeling of them flow, let them have movement, and observe them, witness them. What is it that they bring us? What is the truth that wants to be expressed? What is the need? What is it that we truly need, that we want to and need to express? Let yourself be a witness to that as you breathe through your heart center and allow the energy of the emotions to flow, to be in motion, to be in that wave motion, flowing in to the depths of your heart and out and back into the ocean. And be present and notice. And breathe. Just witness. Witness and feel. And as you sit with that and you feel what you feel, ask yourself, right? To feel what you feel, what is this telling me about what I need? What is it telling you about what you need? Right? One of my, I think a very valuable line of questioning. When you feel those feelings start to come up, ask yourself, what am I feeling? And what do I need? Right? Feelings inform you about what you need, and every human being has basic human needs, right? Every human being has basic human needs. So feel that for yourself. You sit with what you feel. What is it telling you about what you need? If you find yourself going to, I need for so-and-so to treat me better, I need for so-and-so to do their part and their share here, I need from them, take a deep breath. That may be true, right? That you need things from other people. But what is it that your heart needs inside? So take a breath, bring it back into the center of your heart. What is your feeling telling you about what your heart and your body need? What do you need? Period. Not from anyone else, but just within yourself. Right? You might need for someone else to treat you differently, but within yourself, you need to feel respected and valued. Okay, so bring it back into your inner first order experience. What is in your inner first order experience? Breathe into it. What do you need? Right? And it is okay. Every human being has needs. My teacher used to talk about being self-sufficient in the world and needy for your source, for God, for the One, for Allah, for whatever name you use. So just call on your source, right? When you feel that need inside yourself, call on your source and just call on that presence. Just imagine that ball of light right in front of you, that breath is breathing into the center of your chest, and turn that place of need in your heart and turn it directly to your source and breathe that in. Breathe that light into that place of need in your heart. And as you feel that need and you breathe into it again, let yourself lean into it. Lean into it and drop in. Lean into it and drop in. Lean into it and drop in. When you feel that need, what does it tell you about what is important to you, what you value? Right? This tells you about your value system. What is the value that this is informing you of? What do you value? And really let yourself own what's important to you. Really stand in your value system. This is important for you to know about yourself, to inform you of who you are and what choices are important to you in the world. What is it that you value? Lean into that. Right? Tells you what's important to you in the world. Like if you value knowing that you know that you're respected, that you know that you are heard and taken seriously, right? This is important. It's important for you and it's important for all beings on this planet, right? Because you are a mirror, a microcosm to the macrocosm. But let yourself, again, stay within yourself and feel. Feel within yourself, right? And own what's important to you. Own your value system and say yes to this. And as you stand in that value system, what does this tell you about what you know? What is the knowing within you, right? There's something very vital about who you are, right? This is a knowing, a knowing. This is what makes you who you are, right? So I say your past doesn't make you who you are. Your emotions don't define you, but they provide a doorway through which you can travel to really connect in with what's true for you, what's in your value system, what do you know? Right? So feel that. What do you know? What do you know? What does this tell you about what you know? Breathe into that again. Lean in. Each time you're leaning in even deeper, deeper into yourself. And take a breath. And this knowing, what does it tell you about who you are? Who you are. Right? Because what you know is your core truth. It's who you are. And if you know what it means to be valued, right? Maybe you've never experienced it, but you've experienced the withholding of it or the absence of it. And you know at your core, you'll know it when you experience it, which tells you that you know what that is. You know what it is. So own that knowing. Own that knowing, right? Because that is your truth. That is your truth. And say yes to that truth, right? Just say yes to it. You know it. You don't need to wait for anybody else to tell it to you or do it for you in any way. You know it. Because at your core, it's who you are. And it's what your soul is here to really learn about and evolve into, right? A conscious knowing of it. And you can carry it from within yourself. Carry that knowing, just like you know the grass is green, the sky is blue, the sun is bright, and you are you. The grass is green, the sky is blue, the sun is bright, you are you, and you know. So own what you know and stand in it. And just tell yourself, just staying with that same line of that example, right? If you felt like you needed to know that you were valued, that you have meaning, that you have purpose, that you can be taken seriously, just own that, claim that. I am. Let that be your I am statement. And really, upright your spine. Again, breathe all of your energy into your core. Drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, anchor in your pelvic bowl. Lean into your spine. Breathe into your heart. And you can even put your hands on your hips like that Wonder Woman or Superman stance and feel your power. Like let your energy move all the way through your legs, feet planted on the floor about hip width apart, and really own who you are, right? Staying in your body, like all the way into your core. You don't have to have the tough exterior, but the solid core, right? The solid core. And feel the power at the center of your body, right? Feel it at the center of your body. And say, I am. Declare, who you are. It's your inner knowing, and it is the truth of who you are. I am. I am valued. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am significant. I matter. And let yourself feel that and be that. Kun faya kun, it means be and it is. Be and it is. Let yourself really feel it, right? And again, breathe all of your energy, all the parts of yourself into this vertical core. As you exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. Anchor into that very center, that power center at the center of your pelvic bowl. Anchor into that space. Lean into your vertical core. Breathe into your heart. Right. Lift up your chest, elongate your spine, your head straight ahead with a slight downward tilt, so you're really containing your energy within your body, right? Not up and out here, but here, right? And just be, like, really let the fragrance just intensify from within you, right? The energy intensify within you. And like the fragrance from the flower will draw in the butterflies, right? And the bees, the pollinators. The electricity from the inside, right? When you have a light bulb, the light bulb gets brighter when the electricity that runs along the inner filament gets stronger, right? More intensified. So let yourself be with that and let it intensify from within you. You don't have to, you can actually soften. The outer can become softer, right? Because you don't have to hold an outer barrier. And you don't have to like put up armor, but you can just be because you know, right? So from that place at your center, anchored in your hips, really fully taking up the space in your body, just declare that I am knowing. I am. I am. And really, again, call on your source and just ask for that help and that support to really just bring you that vibration into like every cell of your body, because every cell of your body knows this. Just let it be, like, let that vibration really intensify into your cells so that the consciousness within every cell of your body lights up with that knowing and aligns with the knowing at your core. And you are, you are, you are. Breathe it in and receive. Just receive it all the way into your body and into every cell. You are. You are. You are. And now take a moment for gratitude. Gratitude for what you received. You've allowed the feelings that you feel to be that doorway through which you can travel to the center of yourself, right? That Bridging the Gaps book is the journey to the center of yourself. It's how you can use your thoughts and your emotions to really help you to understand, own, embody your truth of who you are, right? It's a very powerful exercise. You can always come back to this recording and slow it down if you need more time with it. You can go through the book and really journal out your experiences with each step to help you to really understand it even more fully. And as you say, sit in gratitude with it. Just let your heart bow in reverence. And when your heart bows in reverence and in gratitude, like it opens your being and you can drink in that knowing into your pores and into your cells even more deeply so that it really becomes you and you become it, right? You merge with your own truth and with the divine reality, the divine essence that lives within you and through you. Kun, fayakun, be, and it is. And now breathe into your heart, and let's do one more step with this. As you go back to whatever experience you may have been imagining at the beginning or remembering, from this place of knowing inside yourself, as you put yourself back into that situation, how can you respond? How might you respond differently? And just take your time with it and be present with it. Is it still a trigger for you? It might not be. And if it is, drop into this truth, this knowing inside of yourself. How can you respond from this place that will be true to you, authentic to you, right? And not making bad or wrong, but just being from the soft strength within you. Just be. Just be. Well, this might be a good time to pull out your journal and do some journaling and really, just stream of consciousness right. You can even start with the question, what am I feeling and what do I need? And then just let yourself write. And you come to the end of that writing with a clear guidance for yourself on how to be in these circumstances, in these situations, when and if they arise again. Sometimes once we clear something, and we actually receive what we need from the circumstance, it doesn't need to show up for us again. The soul's got what it needed. We're done with that. We can move on. And that's a beautiful gift that we receive, right? So take some time and journal with this. We're not going to open for Q&A today. As I said, I'm learning some things that I'm going to be sharing with you in our future sessions. I'm very excited about that. So I'm not going to be opening for the Q&A today, but I will say for those of you listening to the recording, you are invited to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time, as well as those of you who are here live. Please do continue. You can find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. When you're there, sign up so that you receive reminders and replays of these events and some other events that we have going on. When you do, you'll receive 2 free gifts. One of them is a one-sheet that is called the 10 Spiritual Principles of Our Human Existence. It's 10 principles that remind you of the truth of who and what you are and why you're here, what this earth journey is about. It helps us to really stay on track for those times that we get taken off center and in overwhelm and all the other things that can take us off course, that can make us forget. You'll also receive a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation. That is one that you can use. I hope you'll use it as a part of your daily practice to help you to remember and connect in with that pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the truth of who and what you are. All right. With that, I say thank you. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again in the near future. Thank you.